Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Dangerous Relationship. We're on Taiga Saeba's route. On his extras now. First off, the sequel, a romantic confession scene. You can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story. Taiga's appearance at the Paris Fashion Week was a big hit in the news. When he flew back home, hundreds of fans were waiting to greet him at the airport. I was afraid he might be a changed person since his trip overseas. I thought we were supposed to go with him for that. However...
Hey, did you put peppers in this?
He hadn't changed a bit. You got me. I thought I cut them up so small you wouldn't notice.
Oh, could you? Traitor. You know how much I hate them.
Sorry. Do you want me to take them out for you?
Sure.
His complaints were quickly shut down by appeasing him. It was just so adorable to see him act like this.
Hey, what are you giggling about over there?
Nothing, just that you haven't changed.
Sorry for not changing.
No, you're good how you are.
Hurry up and give me my food back.
Taiga pulled the hamburger steak plate back to his side of the table. Pushing all the peppers off to one side, he shuffled the rest in his mouth. Like it?
Smells like pepper crap.
Sorry, I had to try. You don't eat healthy enough on your own, so I had to sneak it in. It worries me that you don't eat enough vegetables. You'll get scurvy, man. He paused for a second as if thinking, then popped a piece of pepper in his mouth. Oh, you're doing that just for me?
Nasty.
No matter what he said, he would always be a nice guy at heart.
I'm done.
Let's clean up then.
You forgot my dessert.
Huh? Taiga stood up and pulled me into his arms.
Dirili.
It had been so long since he held me, my heart thumped like a drum. Taiga? He slipped his arm around my waist and pulled me close and tight.
Oh, I missed you.
The fact that he never said things like that made me feel giddy inside. I missed you too, so much. Staring up at his eyes, I saw his ears tipped with a tint of red. It comforted me so much to know he hadn't changed. With my body still wrapped in his arms, he laid us down.
Damn.
What's wrong?
I'm so relieved to see you again. It makes me sleepy.
What? I thought it would make you horny, actually. You must be tired. Take a nap?
No.
Why not?
I want you.
That can come later.
Why? You don't want to do it with me?
His words slurred together as the lack of sleep caught up to him. Stand up. In any case, we need to move you to the bed.
Okay.
I helped him stand up and shuffle over to the bed. He flopped down heavily on the bed, and I tucked him in. Turning back to the kitchen to do the dishes, he grabbed my arm.
Don't go.
Huh? He weakly pulled my hand toward the bed. When I sit down next to him, he laid his head on my bosom and smiled. Oh, you can't possibly resist something like that. Taiga? I couldn't bear to move seeing how peacefully he slept. Using my hand like a comb, I stroked through his hair. Before I knew it, I had fallen asleep too, with him tucked in my arms. Oh! The next day, Taiga headed home to unpack from his trip to Paris. I begged to come too, but his place was probably swarming with reporters. So Taiga left on his own, saying mean things like I was useless anyway. I wanted nothing more than to chase after him and go too, but I somehow restrained myself. It felt harder than ever to watch him go after being apart for so long. As I passed the time with boredom, my phone suddenly beeped at me. Spring Drama Special was the message. The messages I got from Taiga were as cryptic as always. Does he want me to turn something on? I flipped through the channels on the TV. I'm not seeing any dramas. Soon enough he called me. Hey, Taiga, what's with that message?
Damn it, I don't want to do it.
What are you talking about?
A special drama this spring. They want me to do it.
Really? You in a drama? I was having a hard time picturing Taiga acting in a drama. Of course he acted in front of the cameras all his life, so maybe... That's not really acting, that's different. Posing isn't quite the same thing as acting.
I don't want to do it, but they already accepted it while I was gone, jerks.
They can't do that. If you didn't sign on, then they can't... Well, maybe challenging yourself with something new is a good thing.
I wouldn't have picked acting. That's for damn sure.
Taiga was the kind of person that complained about any work, though it never usually got this bad. Why are you so against it?
They've got their own stylist I'd have to use for a whole month.
Huh?
I might not get to see you every day.
His voice sounded further away than ever. I said we would get through and to cheer up, but my voice sounded just as gloomy. That day, Taiga and I were in the Roppongi studio for some media coverage about him. When does the drama shooting start? I asked Taiga, who was busy reading the script in the waiting room.
Next week.
I know you'll do good. Good luck.
Damn, why did I get stuck with this?
He cast the script down on the table in a bout of anger. What's your role anyway? Can I see the script? For just a moment, Taiga looked quite frightened. Uh-oh, he's got a love scene with someone, doesn't he? Or at least a kiss scene. When I went to pick up the script, he jumped on it before I could.
And don't look.
Huh?
It's stupid anyway.
I'll watch it when it comes out, you know.
You better not watch it.
Why? Why would Taiga not want me to watch his drama so bad? Oh, come on, you can't guess. Can I at least come to the shooting sometime?
No, definitely not.
Why not? Tell me.
Shut up. You don't want to go, trust me.
He was acting very suspicious, and I wanted to know why. Looking at the script, the title on the cover was Reign of Love. By any guess, it was some sort of love story. Taiga stuffed the script in his bag and stood up. What kind of character do you play?
Well, I'm going home.
Okay? Taiga was hiding something from me. He never changed the subject and left like this before, so I knew something wasn't right. My meeting with the chief ran a bit long, and I came home on the last train. I'm back! The lights in the house were switched on when I got home. Taiga, you here? When I headed into the living room, there he was sprawled out on the floor. You'll catch a cold if you sleep there. I went to probably wake him up, I guess. I went to wake him up, but noticed the script lying out in front of him. I wondered if he would be mad if I looked at it. Taiga, wake up! While nudging his body, my eyes drifted to glance at the script. I love you, Yuri. Passionate kissing, all my body and heart I give to you. Inside the script were lines I couldn't even imagine coming out of Taiga's mouth. Even though I knew it was just his work, it gave me a sick feeling in my gut. No wonder he had told me not to look at it. I closed the script and placed a blanket over Taiga. When he finally woke up, I started making him something to eat. Hey, Taiga, who's the heroine in that drama?
Oh, what's her name again? It sounded like that otaku place.
What?
You know, Akibahara.
Oh, Shiori Akiha?
Yeah, her.
Shiori was a stylish and pretty former model, now popular for her roles in movies.
Aren't you going to eat? Dirili?
Sorry, what?
Well, I'd like you to zone out. I was asking if you're going to eat too.
No, it's too late for me to eat. I'll get fat if I do.
You can't get any fatter than you already are.
That again. His teasing smile sneered at me. I'm not that fat,
I know, I was only joking.
he said sheepishly since I lashed out in a rare bout of anger. Don't say that, even if it is a joke.
Sorry.
Somehow, it felt like I had to compete against Shiori now, and it hurt to hear that. Even so, I was ashamed for snapping at him like that. Today was the day Taiga began his shooting for the drama. I was at the studio as the stylist for whoever was in today. Luckily, their team was shooting on location, so I wouldn't have to see anything. I was a bit reluctant to see Taiga acting out any scenes of that drama. Rather, I just didn't want to see him with Shiori. It made me feel like a rotten woman for feeling so jealous and loathing, though.
D, rain is on the way. You need to bring in the outfits from the car.
Okay. I scrambled out of the car and unloaded a big stack of clothes. Phew! Taking a breather in the hall, a lively group of people headed my way. It came out of nowhere! Here's a towel. You look like you got it good, Taiga.
Oh, I'm perfectly fine. I'm more worried that you'll catch a cold.
It was Taiga and the others. They must have come back from the shooting to escape the rain. I'm not ready for the studio scenes. I haven't even begun to know the lines.
You and me both. We'll get through somehow.
Taiga looked shocked when he noticed I was there. Do you know each other?
Yeah, she's always working as my stylist.
I'm Dirili D. Pleased to meet you. I bowed to her, and she returned a graceful smile. You're adorable. I'm Shiori Yakiha. It's a pleasure. Not only was she pretty, but she seemed like a very kind person too. Yeah, but it could just be an act, just like Taiga. Inside, my heart felt like it had been stabbed by 1,000 needles. Shall we go, Taiga?
Oh, yeah.
As the two of them passed by, Taiga cast a glance my way before entering the studio. I was in the waiting room after the shooting cleaning up when I heard a bang on the door.
Yo.
Taiga's face popped through the door as it cracked open. You finished?
Dirili?
I stared at the floor so he couldn't read my thoughts.
Oh, are you mad at me?
I'm not mad.
If I did something, tell me.
He sat down in the chair and looked curiously at me. It's nothing.
What is it really?
Looking up, I unexpectedly met his gentle face, which made me turn away again. I still have some work to do, so I'll talk to you later. With my best fake smile, I walked out of the waiting room. The drama shooting was going to go on until late in the night. So when I finished, I went home and laid on the bed thinking about things. Without Taiga at my side, it was hard to sleep. While I stayed in bed, he was off working with Shiori. Just the thought of it made tears form in my eyes. Ugh. I should be wishing that Taiga does good on his new job, not worrying about Shiori. Click. Taiga was home. Hearing the sound of the key twisting in the lock, I wiped my tears away.
Dirili, you asleep?
His voice called out softly from the entrance. No, I'm still up. I rolled out of bed and switched on the lights. Welcome back. How was the shooting?
Dirili, were you crying?
The moment he saw me, he asked with a worried look on his face. I'm not crying, I just woke up.
Hey.
Taiga took me by the shoulders and sat me down. When he sat down directly in front of me, I couldn't meet his gaze and looked away.
Why won't you look at me? What's been up with you lately? Do you not like me anymore? You've got to tell me or I'll never know.
His worried eyes bored into me and dug through my heart. I frantically shook my head no.
Then what? You've got to say something.
My body froze up at his sudden outburst.
I'm leaving.
No! As he turned to go, I tugged him back by his sleeve. Don't leave, Taiga.
Oh, what's the matter with you? Tell me, is this payback for something I did?
He let out a troubled chuckle before wrapping his arm around me. The warmth of his palm against the small of my back brought forth a gush of tears. For the longest time until I stopped crying, he patted and rubbed my back. I'm sorry for making you worry.
That's okay. Are you going to tell me?
Well, I told him everything I'd been worrying about. That I had read the script and seen the love scene. That I was jealous of Shiori, and seeing them talking made me so frustrated. I thought you would think I'm too needy and selfish if I said anything. At first he looked genuinely concerned. But then he began laughing at me out of nowhere. What are you laughing at? He's probably not even the romantic interest in this drama. He's probably like the bad guy or something.
Listen. About 90% of what you said isn't even a problem.
Huh?
You know that scene you were so worried about? That's not my character.
Really?
I'm not even that interested in being an actor. I'd just refuse if that was me.
So why did you not want me to look at the script?
To be honest, my role kinda sucks. I'm not even in it much. That's so lame I didn't want you to know.
Thank goodness.
You're happy I'm not the main character?
Yeah.
Well, that's the opposite of what most girls would say.
He snorted with a smile. I'm glad.
More needy than I thought. It's cute.
Taiga teased me, making my cheeks blush all red.
What scene did you read?
He took out the script from his bag and handed it over to me. Let's see. While I flipped through the pages, his arms wrapped around me from behind. He lifted me up like a doll and sat me on his leg.
This one? That's a pretty naughty scene. I can only imagine what it's like to act it.
Yeah, that's why I was worried. His hair brushed against my ear, tickling my skin.
Read it from here.
Here? Kenji, please, don't...
I'm not Kenji. Taiga.
Taiga, please, don't think of anyone else but me.
Were you imagining me and her together?
I was, and I couldn't bear it. Taiga, I've had enough. This is too embarrassing.
Keep going.
Fine. I want you all to myself. It hurts too much to see you with anyone else.
Don't worry. I'm not interested in any woman but you.
That's not in the script.
I'm not interested in any woman but Dirili.
As I was dazed and confused, Taiga turned me around to face him.
You got that?
After nodding to his bashful face, he caressed the top of my head.
Shall we make a love scene of our own?
Don't we all the time? Seeing his face mere inches away made me avert my gaze and turn away.
Don't look away. You'll make me worry.
A lot of problems lately have been because of my avoiding him like this. Taiga, sorry. I really am. My lips moved closer to his, and his came out to meet me. A flare of emotions inside me drove my tongue inside his mouth.
Dirili? Well, that's new for you.
Our lips kissed all over one another's faces while we peeled off each other's clothes. My body wriggled as his tongue rippled in my mouth. Our bodies heated up with passion as we ran our hands across each other.
Can I?
When I nodded, his cold hands gripped around my back. He lifted me up and drove into me, filling my insides with warmth. My arms reached up and curled around his body. His lips and tongue ran across my chest, pleasuring my bosom. He moved inside my body, blasting my mind with extreme bliss. And then the two of us fell to the floor. Soaked in sweat, he brushed my wet bangs off my forehead. Taiga!
Yeah?
His soothing voice called back to me. My heart fluttered because I knew I had to ask him. Do you love me? Do you still? He looked stunned for a moment, but that expression was soon replaced by a smile.
It's not every day I hear that out of you.
Do you?
Love you. I adore you.
I gasped with disbelief that he would utter those words. Say it again.
You gotta be kidding. That's a one-time thing, and don't get cocky.
I love you too, Taiga.
Yeah.
He turned away shyly with red cheeks, so I leaned in to kiss him softly.
Dirili, I love you so much.
Taiga muttered quietly, his face blushing more red than ever before. Alright, on to the date scenario. I don't want to take too long here, because these are kind of long to put it. I mean, it's kind of long to put both of them in one video. That face is so cute, it's unfair! Which one of us? Taiga, wait! I chased after Taiga as he stumbled to the door. His eyes were vacant and stared into nothingness. You hear me? Don't forget where we're meeting. What's wrong with him? Is he really tired or something?
You aren't coming with?
His dazed eyes pleaded with me. The magazine has their own stylist they want to use today. I can't.
Even though it's sunny?
What? His mind drifted between wake and sleep, making it hard to follow his thoughts. He is half asleep. You know where to meet me, right?
Oh, I know. Just say that you love me.
I gave up trying to comprehend him and sighed. Why don't I just text him so he'll remember?
Bye.
Be safe now. He tottered out of the house in a dream state, barely able to stand.
Oh.
I had forced him to get out of bed really early to make his 5 o'clock appointment. I must admit I really worried if he would make it there on his own. He'd be finished with work before noon, and I was off all day. It was the perfect opportunity to have a much-needed date. Just in case he forgot where to meet, I went to remind him with a text. There you go. As I typed, my message got longer and longer as I reminded him to do all sorts of things. Just send separate texts. Greet the stylist. Meet me here at this time. Don't forget to do this and that, and so on. I knew as soon as he saw it, he would reply telling me to shut up. After reading it over for mistakes, I finally sent it to him. And sent. Seconds later, a loud beeping sound came from the bed. Huh? Oh no. I pulled the blankets just to see what I was hoping I wouldn't. Taiga's phone. Jeez. Hopefully by some miracle, he'd still meet me where we were supposed to meet. Shouldn't I take his phone to him, really? It's kind of important. I waited at least 30 minutes at the meeting place, but Taiga still hadn't shown up. What I had worried would happen had. While I yearned to go home to see if he was there, I didn't want to miss him here. What should I do? Lost in confusion, I dug through my bag for my phone when someone grabbed my arm. Taiga? Looking up, the face of a complete stranger greeted me. What are you doing grabbing my arm? He had pink hair, a nose ring and lip ring, and seemed shady on so many levels.
Sorry, but I'm not your Taiga. You're a lot cuter up close, you know.
I panicked, unsure of how to get rid of the guy. Sorry, but I'm waiting for someone. Fortunately, just then, my phone started ringing. It was showing a number from a public phone. Hello?
Hey, where are you?
Taiga, I'm at the east exit.
Hey, Taiga, if you don't come quick, she'll be on mine.
The man leaned in and shouted into the phone. Leave me alone!
Where again?
The east exit in front of the cafe.
I'm at the west. I'll be there in a sec.
Taiga rushed in some words before hanging up on the phone. Awkward. The strange man stood there waiting with me, making it very awkward. Does he know Taiga? He's coming right now, so I would leave if I were you.
Not before seeing what kind of guy has a cutie like you.
It was quickly turning into an undesirable situation.
If he's ugly, I'm taking you home. I'm pretty popular with the ladies, you know.
I see. One glance at him, and he looked frightening before anything else. I waited impatiently for Taiga to arrive. When I saw his figure running toward us, Taiga! I threw my hands in the air and waved to him, which made the suspicious man flinch.
Is that your boyfriend?
Yeah. If he realized who Taiga was, he would be in trouble.
He doesn't look so bad from far away.
The creepy man was impressed by Taiga, which was weird, but put a smile on my face. At least he didn't seem to know his true identity.
What's going on here?
Taiga ran up to me and grabbed me by the arm.
He's better looking than I thought.
Yeah, so give up already and go away.
Why are you over here at the east entrance?
You got it wrong, not me. I even sent the message to you, but you forgot your phone.
Oh, sorry. It was here. My bad.
It's fine. You found me. I was worried since you didn't have your phone.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Work held up a little late. I was going to call you, but forgot my phone, and the studio doesn't have one either.
How could the studio not have a phone? How is that possible? At least you remembered my number.
I forget my phone a lot, so I memorize the important ones.
Really?
Yeah. You know you never forget your old home number. It's like that.
So I'm up there with your old number.
You could say that.
Thanks for running over here.
I had to. When I heard you got mixed up with some weird dude.
Huh? Sometime during our conversation, the man had gone missing. He was just here. He said if he were ugly, he'd take me away.
Oh, like I'd let him do that. What a moron.
Sometimes Taiga's kindness was hidden behind harsh words. He couldn't fool me, though. I could see right through him, and I loved him all the more for it.
You fall asleep standing? Come on.
I gladly accepted his outstretched hand and squeezed it tight.
Oh, where to?
We ended up going to a graveyard to see his mother, who I always wondered about.
Well, not much of a date coming to a graveyard,
Taiga said while yawning and stretching his arms in the air. You've been too busy to come here, right? It's good that we came.
Yeah, but on a day off?
You haven't even cleaned off the grave either. I feel bad. For as much as he whined about coming, he spent a lot of time praying at our grave. What did you talk to her about? Me, of course?
Nothing, really. You almost prayed as long as I did. And what did you say?
I told her that you've grown nice and big, despite your filthy mouth.
Hey, what?
And I said that inside you're really sweet, so she doesn't have to worry.
You didn't have to tell her that.
Yes, I did. She'll be very happy to hear it. He went quiet, so I picked up his chilly hand and squeezed it. What kind of person was she?
Well, I don't remember.
She must have been kind if she was your mother.
Maybe, who knows?
Though he looked in a bad mood, a glimpse of his kindness showed in his eyes. When everything was said and done, he really had a gentle heart.
So?
So what?
Where to next?
Taiga asked while yawning again. Considering how little sleep he got last night, he must be tired. How are you on time?
Time?
Didn't you say you had another shooting to go to today?
Well, that's later tonight, so we're fine.
Why don't you go home and sleep for a while? You haven't been there in forever.
Shut up, I said I'm fine.
But...
You keep bugging me and I'll drag you to a hotel.
Why is he always threatening me with hotels? Okay.
Huh?
You'll be able to sleep at a hotel.
You want me to rest that bad, huh?
Of course. Look how tired you are.
I don't want to sleep.
Huh?
I've been too busy to sleep, and it hasn't stopped me yet.
That's why you need to more than ever. Taiga had been juggling TV shows, photo shoots, and all sorts of work for months. And all that time he barely got any time on his own. As such, the time he did have off was all the more precious.
I don't want to waste my time sleeping all day.
Even with me sleeping beside you? He grumbled in a hushed voice, as if not wanting me to hear. Reading between the lines, I knew Taiga wanted to spend time with me instead. I got it. Can we go somewhere I want to go?
Well, you were perky all of a sudden.
Come on, let's go.
Ugh, you are so noisy.
Unable to hide a smirk, he tried his best to look unhappy. I wanted to take him somewhere he could unwind. Remembering how much he liked it there, it was the perfect place to go.
So, this is what you had in mind.
He sighed as we stood in front of the cafe. I wanted to come back here for a while now. This was the only place he could go that I knew Taiga would feel at home.
Whatever.
He grabbed the front door and swung it open. Hey, it's been a while.
Hello there, Dirili, Taiga. Huh?
Oh. Subaru, is it the same place then?
Well, if it isn't Taiga and Dirili.
There, sitting at the bar, was the singer Subaru Oshima. Caught off guard, I panicked and pulled my hand away from Taiga.
Hello.
Taiga greeted him as casually as possible.
Hey, you two on a date? Joking, of course. You're his exclusive stylist now, right? Here for a meeting or something?
Yes, that's right. We come here sometimes for meetings. I hoped Subaru somehow bought that lie.
Nice. I sometimes come here to write lyrics. It's nice and quiet here. You're saying it's quiet because no one comes here? Huh, I guess you could say that.
Subaru waved his hand back at the bar and cafe and winked at me.
Sorry to bother you. We'll talk in the corner to keep out of your way. You don't need to. I block everything out when I think. The owner nodded at us as if telling us we would be all right. Let's sit down then. The two of us took a seat off in the corner. I could still see Subaru if I peek over Taiga's shoulder. Hey, give me a coffee.
I'll have a hot chocolate. My order followed Taiga's as he turned toward the counter and shout.
Hot chocolate? Who's the kid now?
He snickered at me in a hushed voice. You were the one who's afraid to eat carrots.
Dirili, watch it.
I had forgotten where we were and shouted back loudly at him. Sorry. Fortunately, when I glanced at Subaru, he was still concentrating on his work. It was pretty nerve-wracking to have him sitting right there within talking distance.
Here you are.
The owner brought over a coffee and hot chocolate and set it on the table. Thank you.
Thanks. Hey, Taiga, remember that Lee guy's photo album you wanted to see? Yeah, but they aren't selling it anywhere. It's practically impossible to come by.
Lee was the name of the famous fashion photographer. His risque photos bordering on obscene earned him quite the name, in both art and in photography. He had been getting a lot of attention lately, though his work wasn't sold in stores.
Someone actually let me have it. I planned to show you the next time you came. Want to take a look?
He asked while handing Taiga an oversized album.
Whoa, seriously? Thanks a ton.
His face lit up like an excited child, making me smile too. It was so cute to see him get all worked up.
Enjoy it.
The owner left, letting Taiga sip his coffee and gander at the album. He seemed to be enjoying it a lot. My eyes were captivated by his handsome face as he pored over the pages. Taiga noticed I was staring at him and looked up at me. Sorry.
Want to look?
Huh?
Come on over.
I think he just wants me to look so I'll blush. Because it's supposed to be explicit material, right? He patted the cushion at his side. Looking back at Subaru, I made sure he was busy working still. Alright. I stood up and moved over to Taiga. I tried leaving some space between us, but he grabbed around me and pulled me close.
You won't be able to see over there.
But Subaru...
He ain't looking, don't worry about it.
I put my head next to his to get a better look at the album. We were sitting so close that if I looked at him, my lips would touch his cheek. Meanwhile, Taiga was fully focused on the album. He didn't seem to be concerned of how close we were like I was. It made me a little sad to know only I noticed, but I ignored that and moved on. Glancing at the album, I instantly had to turn my eyes away. I knew it. Taiga, however, burned through the pages quickly, soaking it all in.
This is amazing. He captures the real essence of humanity here. It's pure art. Can't believe people call this grotesque.
Yeah. I'm surprised he isn't, like, rubbing this in and making fun of me. I would have to agree with them, but I would never let him know that.
It would be great if they shot me someday.
What?
What are you acting so surprised for?
Look at it! They're all nude! He looked shocked for a moment before smiling at me. I had mistakenly activated his teasing mode.
You don't like nudes?
I didn't say that.
You're always looking at me nude, though.
Blushing heavily, I turned my face to the ground to hide it. I don't look at you like that.
You do, and you touch me. You're a bit too late to blush over something like that.
I'm not blushing. Looking up at him, his face was a lot closer than before, making my heart jump. Taiga?
Look at how red your face is. Did I turn you on? Man, you're so naughty.
His long eyebrows... Eyebrows? I think they mean eyelashes. His long eyelashes flickered down as he looked at my lips. Suddenly, my mouth felt the warm pressure of his lips on mine. Being a little brave here in front of Subaru. Our lips parted instantly. Taiga, no! Subaru is right there!
No one's watching. You're too uptight.
Taiga spun around and looked behind us. I did the same, and it looked like Subaru was still busy working away. When I faced back, my lips were instantly attacked by Taiga again. It was much more intense this time, but still quite short.
How are you feeling?
What?
You want more?
No, of course I don't. Not here.
What's wrong with here? Look at how hard you're blushing.
Stop it. I tried hiding my face with my hands, but he pulled them apart.
Look at that cute face.
He held my cheeks with his hands and peered closely at my face. Having those gorgeous eyes stare into me made my insides crave him more. His long eyelashes, handsome face, lovely hair, I yearned for it. Just having it in front of me made me want to reach out and kiss his lips. So I did.
Huh, assertive.
He chuckled before squeezing his tongue in between my lips. Taiga. His lonely face that always ravaged my heart stared at me.
Hey, Dirili.
Sliding across my cheek, his lips worked their way to my ear.
I can't hold it any longer,
he said while softly nibbling my ear.
Hey.
This cannot be good. A loud moan burst out of me against my will. We both turned around simultaneously, only to see Subaru looking at us. Oh no. It looked like he had seen everything.
Damn it, just when it was getting good.
Taiga muttered while stretching out his arms high in the air.
You two get along pretty well, sitting together like that.
Subaru commented to us with a smile.
Well, yeah. Lucky. I wish I had a stylist like that.
You did at one point? Huh?
After living in this world, it's getting harder and harder for me to trust anyone. Well, I'm sure it isn't easy finding someone you can open your heart to.
Taiga squeezed my hand behind the seat so Subaru couldn't see. His hand was so cold, but his words warmed my heart. I knew he was talking about me.
Didn't you steal Dirili right before my eyes before?
Oh yeah, I forgot all about that.
I'm going to need to borrow Dirili for a while. Is that alright with you? Sure, I guess. I was so jealous when you did that. I felt like that one character from Graduation. Subaru, that movie's too old for them.
The owner popped in with a wry smile.
It's about a guy who sweeps in and steals a bride on her wedding day. Yeah? Anyway, I was a bit envious.
Subaru stood up and took out his wallet to pay.
Take care. I'll see you two around.
The bell on the door jingled as he walked out and left the cafe. Phew, I guess he didn't see anything. I wouldn't count on that. He's just too nice to say anything. He's a nice guy. As soon as I said that, the bell jingled again.
Oh yeah. Seeing you helped me think of some good lyrics. Thanks. Best of luck.
Ugh. With one final wink, he left for good. What now? He totally saw us.
Whatever. That's one less thing to worry about.
It is?
Or are you really that dense?
Tell me. Instead of an answer, he leaned in and gave me a kiss.
Hey, did you forget I'm right here?
The owner shook his head in disbelief and rolled his eyes at us. At last, it was a much-needed day off that we both could remember with fondness. And I totally forgot, we actually have one more thing to do with him, so there's going to be one more video for him. Let's see. Back at the sub-stories, that's right. Taiga and Subaru both have sub-stories, so since I already did Subaru, after I do Taiga sub-story, I'll do Subaru's sub-story as well. I wish I had remembered this before, but oh well. Alright, so we have a little bit more with Taiga, thank goodness. These are my favorite too. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to like anybody else as much as I like these two, so that's awesome that these two are the particular ones that have sub-stories. Alright, so hope to see you there in my next video or in some of my other ones, and I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye bye everybody.